Yo.
Yo, good night to all. We're back again. Today is Sunday. We're back again for another Island Boys football talk, talking about week two. As you can see, I don't have on no Panthers clothes today, so I'm not feeling it. I know Shane is in a bittersweet moment, but Jizzle is not here today. He'll be on the show back on Tuesday. But all our viewers that are watching the show, we hope you had a better Sunday than myself and probably Shane as well. But here we go. Because I know Saturday night we came in hype, ready to walk, ready to come on the show tonight and have our glasses, our hats, our jerseys. But I got a neutral. It's Nike right now. I just stick with Nike because what I saw today was a team that just looked like last year team. Can't execute, can't put it together, and then a head coach telling us we're very close. I don't know at all two you can be very close. The only thing we very close to is we close to the number one pick. I agree with him there. But outside of that, today I promised myself this week that throughout the game I would be very calm, relaxed. I was actually very calm and relaxed. But to see the first play of the game, they kicked the ball after Chuba Hubbard. And he fumbled on the return. I just wanted to vomit. I was very, very upset. I just wanted to punch something because people say I got anger issues, but I knew that was Carolina Panthers football. It starts from the top. And I'm just saying this now. Next week when we lose to the Saints, we will be rid of Matt Rule and Steve Wilkes will take over as our head coach and we'll see a turnaround after that. But for now, it was a horrid Sunday. There's no way that game should have been 19-16. We gave them 6 points in the first half and 3 claps for our defense that stood there, shut Saquon Barkley down for the entire game. He had 1 or 2 runs of 10 yards, but outside of that, he was stuffed all night. Daniel Jones did absolutely nothing to we other than check downs and little call routes. But Phil Snow got to go. Matt Rule got to go. The one thing I'll tell you, Shane, is what I saw from that offensive line is the continuity isn't there as yet. And that's forced new starters on the line. Outside of Taylor Moton, everybody on that line is brand new. It's gonna take time, especially for the rookie Ikem Ekwonu, because his pass blocking is horrid right now. His run blocking is superb, but his pass blocking is horrid. I'm not gonna put everything on Baker. He was under duress, but Baker has to make sure. There's a reason he was the number one pick. He got to make some of those throws. He left too much players out there, and right now it's a mixture of everything. And I'm only 2 weeks into the season, and I already got pains in my chest, pains in my head, pains in my back. I stressed out. It's not how Panthers football should be. And we may be going next week into 0-3 because the Saints defense is a lot better than New York defense. And we can't score and we can't execute. And if we can't hold up in the pass protection, we Cameron Jordan and Lattimore and those guys gonna kill us. But the only good thing would be that they would have to fire Matt Rule after that 0-3 start. I can't see nothing else other than that. But to be done 0-2, we should have been 2-0. But shoulda, woulda, coulda, that's not works in the NFL. But on the bright note is I saw CJ Stroud throw like 6 touchdowns, and he's my new quarterback next year. So he getting primed for Carolina football. That's all I can see. Stroud is getting primed for Carolina football. We'll do a whole show on how CJ Stroud fits with the Carolina Panthers in a few months. But he looking good.
Only you on that though. Is your problem the quarterback? Your problem is the quarterback?
Yes, he showed us the blame too.
Yeah,
Once again,
that's your only problem.
he got a big problem with people backing down the balls at the line
Yeah.
in the pocket. And the Giants even said they did one whole practice on just batting down balls. If they're doing a whole practice on just batting down balls, what do you think that means? It just he only got about three bat down this week, but believing players out there, he had Shoy Smith wide open on some plays and cannot execute. I know he came in there in July. It's not enough time for him to say that he can execute every play. His timing is still off with wide receiver. But if that was the case, okay, I know Sam Darnold's injured, but we all know when they traded for Baker, he was going to be the number one quarterback. Why did you go through this competition about sharing reps and so? When somebody new and coming so late, you need to give the guy as much reps as possible. Matt Rule doing. Remember what I told you guys today when we were watching the game? We doing this thing too much college style. This ain't college. This is the NFL. We need NFL coordinators, NFL head coach. Not no college. We doing this thing too much NCAA style. We need NFL style games, and you could watch the team. You can look at the team. The team right now, Matt Rule is flat, and the team is flat. It starts from the top. He gets nothing out of that team. The team doesn't even rally around him. It just we only in week two, and the team doesn't look like the season, like week 16 of the season. So I ain't gonna. I promised myself I ain't gonna say much tonight. And I told you that shit. I ain't saying much tonight because I'm furious. I'm disappointed. I'm heartbroken, emotional, everything in one. To see that this team like has so much high hope and it just ain't working out again. So I must sit down here and go 3-14 or 4-13 or 5-12. If you look at our thing coming up, we got the Saints next. We got the Cardinals who just won, came back from 20-0
Them should
and
not win.
won.
Them should not
It
win.
don't matter. That's the big, a lot. You think we should have? You think that Cowboys should have beat the Bengals? Exactly. It's a lot of things that are happening in the NFL, but they did. And you know what gonna happen? They're gonna roll into the next week with a new burst of energy. So we might be on 4, and then I show you playing the 49ers next. So on 5. How could Matt Rule pass on 5? If he the head coach after on 5, I come on this show every day and ring the Minnesota Vikings on. I would never tie with the Panthers.
The NFL ain't famous for firing coaches in the middle of those.
You got to be. We got a head coach right there on that team, Steve Wilkes, who was unfairly just in Arizona. Gave him 1 year, and he had nothing with it. He's a leader. We need a leader at the NFL at the head coaching position. Matt Rule's not a leader. He's a builder. He's building college, not here, not in the NFL. He's a true leader. Tomlin is a leader, and Reed is a leader. You need leaders. Marcus Bill, checking those guys as leaders. You need a real leader.
Matt Rule ain't a leader.
He's a builder. He builds stuff. He builds programs. He said that he builds programs. That's what happened in Temple. He built the program. Baylor when he built Baylor. Remember Temple had that thing with the I can't remember what you call it, but them had it and they get sanctioned and all kind of stuff.
Yep.
He's a program builder. He built the program back. He did what he had to do. He went on to Baylor. Baylor had sanctions from something like into. He built Baylor back up to what it's supposed to be. This is the NFL. In the NFL, this is year 3. Year 3, you're supposed to be taking that leap in. They get 2 years, but year 3, they better see. They better see improvements. And at 1-2, looking. Let me just look at this schedule real quick. Right, New Orleans next week. That could very well be a loss. 0-3. After that, the Cardinals 0-4. The 49ers 0-5. The Rams 0-6. The Buccaneers 0-7. The Falcons we might win. So 1-7. That into I see the strong talk right there.
But he said you're close.
We close against the Stroud. That all the thing we close to. The Lions look better than us. The Lions, who we always laughing at, The Jaguar. When last year we hear the Jaguars shut out somebody?
I never heard the Jaguars shut out anybody.
The Jaguars, the last 2 years, the Jaguars had the two number one picks. The Jaguars shut. They are team. Look, those are programs that have built. And the thing about it, we have studs on the team. In defense, we have J.C. Hahn, Jeremy Chin. We have Brian Barnes, Derek Brown. We drafted Iquanu. It's gonna take him some time, but we got Christian McCaffrey, we got DJ Moore, we got Taylor Morton, we got people. It starts at the quarterback position. Baker is a good quarterback, but he's nothing special. He's not gonna carry you to the promised land. And I boost up Baker so I could boost myself up for the season. But he's not gonna carry you where you wanna go. Sorry to say it. He's an upgrade over Donald, but they're kind of very close to the same. Sorry to say it. The only difference with him is that he'll push the ball down the field. Donald don't. Donald reminds me of like a Daniel Jones. That's it. At least Baker, he's a little bit more aggressive. But
Strip, I got a problem because you're talking about the CJ Stroud, but you have two quarterbacks on your hands that got big contracts.
no. Remember what I told you today? They are both no. Those two quarter. No, Baker contract ain't big for us. We only paying Baker $4 million.
Oh, okay.
Remember,
Oh, yeah, 'cause the Broncos. Yeah.
remember both of them are on their 5th-year option. Nobody touched the extension. So when the season is done, Donald $18 million is off the books. Baker $4 million off the books. I remember the 5th-year option that guaranteed the 5th year.
Yeah.
And then that's basically the last year of the deal. So we don't have a quarterback for next year. The biggest mistake was extended, giving Donald that 5th-year option because this year salary was this year. But we don't have a quarterback on the books. And I'm sorry to say, the worst thing that happened to Matt Corral is he gets injured because if we do suck bad this year, there was an audition for him for next year. Because remember, if Matt Rule go, which I guarantee he will, you know how new coach will come in and say they want to bring in their own guy. A new coach and GM come in, what they usually do, draft their own quarterback and work there, right? Because you ain't gonna say that you put Corral on me. And if you do get a top 5 pick, it's a quarterback. They guarantee it's a quarterback. So if we're the first team that need a quarterback in that draft, CJ Stroud could be it. Because that's a franchise quarterback. Baker isn't, Sam isn't. I don't think Corral is either. So, but I mean, that's still far on the road. Anything can happen in the season. I don't want to write off the season, but we're on a 9-game losing streak. We lost 7 last year in a row, and then 2 this year. So we have the longest losing streak in the NFL.
And then you're predicting yourself to go 1-7.
Exactly. I just can't see it. I ain't seen it changing much because what's his name? Matt Rule is like 1-24 when allowing more than 17 points. 1-24. The bad thing is we are what's it? I saw a stat today that we're like 1-17 in our last 2-17 or something like that in our last 19 games. You know the bad thing about it? We were leading in all of them. The only thing I could probably say, we lost by 1 point against the Browns and we lost by 3 points this week. So the game close. But we just don't have the people to take us over the top. I don't know what he mean by he close. He close to the door. I gonna tell you that for a fact. He's close to the door. Impossible. David Tepper is a billionaire and just sitting down here watching a man blow. This has been the worst 3 years in Carolina Panthers history. And that's when Jimmy Clausen and them were playing. We didn't have nothing worse. This is the worst 3 years I ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. They build some program in longevity. I want an NFL head coach. Please. College head coach. I need an NFL head coach. We'll see. I said my piece for tonight. I don't want to go too much. I say what I had to say. That was the most important stuff I had to get out based on today. It's not much more to say with regards to them. You gotta tumbling very fast. Take down water very fast. Changes need to be made. Adjustments. Let me see what happens next week. I don't think we're gonna win it. But I think it happens to my famous James. He could go and throw 4 picks in. good that you want, but bad that you receive. So I'll let you can I'll let you take over. No way to
Where to start? That's the question. Where to start? I mean, we did what we were supposed to do. We came in the game, we won the game, bring Gino back to reality. Um, Gino wrote back. He wrote back to us. Just let me know. But a big loss for us. Trey Lance broke his ankle, suffered a broken ankle, on an unfortunate play. And I think we will. I think if you watch today, tomorrow, for the rest of the week, the analysts can tell you that Trey was starting to really cook. Our first drive, 11 plays, 73 yards, end up in a field goal. Second drive, down the field, driving. Third drive, we were doing what we wanted with the Seahawks. We had 100 yards rushing in the first quarter between everybody, between Debo, between Jeff Wilson Jr., between TDP, between. We ran the quarterback draw play on a 3rd and 6 with Trey Lance. It was successful. The play that he got injured on, it was a quarterback power draw play. He went out the middle of the field. He took the hit. It wasn't bad. It's just that when he fell, his ankle got caught in the top. He got rolled on, and then all the body weight of the linebacker fell on him. And he broke the ankle. It has happened.
That's part of football.
People crying, balling, oh, why can't he running the ball with Trey Lance? Why he doing this? Why he doing that? But that's what you brought Trey Lance into the 49ers organization to do. Bring that element of the quarterback draw, the speed options, the fake runs, them stuff. That's what he was brought in to do, because that's one of his strong suits. That's what he will do. He got injured. That's something that's a consequence you take when you have a running quarterback. So thank God we got Jimmy. That we keep Jimmy.
I just the first thing come to my mind is how does Jimmy talk something? Good thing I ain't get rid of him.
Yeah, not to stop your shit, but I think your mic cracking.
Let me see. Testing.
Cracking. Yeah,
it better. It better.
Yes, I think you got you might have a little crack in your car there.
Probably I'm gonna have to change out the thing, but
yeah.
Wait, it good for now?
It good for now.
Hold on, I gotta get rid of it. Hold on.
All right. So, you bring in a quarterback to that have the ability to run the ball, who can run these quarterback drop plays, who can do all these things. You have to come to same thing with Lamar Jackson's, the Kyler Murray's. They're gonna take them hits. Trey ain't smart enough. I don't think where he don't slide properly. He don't know when to pull up and not take them big hits. He don't take those big hits, and I think that's just because he think he big, and there's people bigger than you. Even if he didn't take a bad hit, it's just so the people didn't fall on him and cause him to get injured, which you can't avoid. But I don't think that was no bad play calling on Kyle Shanahan. The play was a successful play. It was a play for 7-8 yards up the field. It was plays. It was design plays. Like we were killing the Seahawks in the first half, killing them. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but that's the consequences you take when you have a running quarterback.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a mobile quarterback. He can do those stuff. Injuries are part of the game. You don't want to see it, but it's part of the game. The thing is, if he had run that up the gut for a touchdown, everybody would have been happy. Because he get angry, everybody says it's the wrong call.
It's the wrong. No, it's not. Oh, why you running? Why you running about with Trey Lance? Oh, you have 3 running backs on the field. Why you don't run it with 3? Because that's not the scheme. The scheme is they got to have design plays for Trey Lance, and that's what people wanted to see. And all of a sudden, now he get injured. Oh, you don't want to see that now. You had to know that from the beginning. That's what you want. You want to see that. Jimmy can't run in the pocket. Everybody was killing Jimmy. Oh, he can't run the pocket. You brought Trey Lance over to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So don't be giving me that bullshit now talking about, ooh, Kelly Shanahan ain't kind of call that play, dumb coach, this and that. Why would happen if we didn't have Kelly Shanahan as a coach? We'd never been in no position where we at. So shut up. I'm tired of it. We
No,
won.
this is
We dominated the game, shitty, and that's what we should do. Our defense is top tier right now. I ain't gonna even lie to you that we were flying all over the field, tip passes, passes being tipped up in the air, intercepted, special teams,
but
fumble.
I don't even actually think that the offense gonna take a step back because this is somebody that's coming in there has made it to the Super Bowl and NFC Championship game in 2 straight years.
Agreed, right? So it's like our idea was just we changed the passing, but we still flowing with the same offense. The offense, yeah,
Exactly.
you can run certain plays, but it's still a dynamic offense.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you the truth, Chile, Jimmy went deep about 4 times.
Exactly. Remember the issue to everybody. The issue in with Jimmy does only lie when it reaches the playoffs. You don't hear nothing about Jimmy
Right.
in the regular season.
When we went 13-3, nobody ain't say nothing. We went all the way to the
Exactly.
Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden he missed one throw in the Super Bowl, and everybody had him killed.
So it's like yeah, we bringing in Trey Lance was like a big refresher that we was happy to see live arm mobile is
We
gonna take the offense to higher heights. But I mean, Jimmy is more of the old school pocket passer that doesn't have the strongest arm, but
let me tell you something. If Jimmy didn't have that $26 million cap on his head, we'd have never been talking about Trey Lance.
mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't get rid of a quarterback that take you to the Super Bowl, take you to the playoffs, almost NFC Championship game when he's healthy, when he's playing good, when the coach is 31 in 10 under Jimmy. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get rid of him. But that $26 million contract that he was going to hit us with, we had to do something. So now you went and draft Trey Lance. You get three picks to draft Trey Lance. He's the future. He's still the future.
Mhm.
He's only 22. He gonna miss this year. He come back next year. He's 23. That's what I'm saying.
For the draft capital you give up, he gotta be the future
He has to be the future.
because Shanahan ass on the line with Trey Lance.
Okay, so look at my scenario now. Trey Lance is injured this year. Jimmy balls out. Do I go ahead and give Jimmy? Jimmy is 30 this year. He think he's 30.
No, I think this is the last year for him though. In San Fran.
I would still go and give him a 3 year extension
I don't think that gonna happen.
unless I could pull Aaron just over. But he just as old.
But if you're giving him 3 years, this is Trey Lance for second year.
Second year.
So he'll have his third year, fourth year. You'll definitely pick up the fifth year option. So it'll be 3 years. I think I with the
I mean
with the
that means he's 24.
yeah, but with the move there, you made Lance the starter
People
this
gonna
year.
people gonna want to see.
I'm more into the people. I just think Shanahan feels that Jimmy is ready. Not Jimmy.
Why
Trey
why
Lance is ready.
why if Jimmy go win the Super Bowl this year? Why if we win the Super Bowl this year?
I think that would be the end of the chapter for Jimmy.
you
Yeah,
think
like
you're
the
taking it
book.
right off in the sunset?
Right, like not to say retire, but the book in San Fran would
Will
be
be end.
over.
And it
Yeah,
will be. And I think I
I,
agree with you.
I
It will be a good close.
either way, the only scenario I see Jimmy coming back is if they say Trey Lance isn't ready to play next year, like with his ankle.
Uh-huh.
Outside of that, if all indications are Lance will be ready by training camp and ready to go, I do believe Jimmy is gone because somebody is gonna remember he's gonna be a free agent this time, so it's not like he can hold him. He will have an opportunity to start next year, for instance, as they said that Tom Brady will definitely retire. Tampa Bay will decide to scoop him up.
Yeah.
He'll play in the same system just like Tom Brady that he's so accustomed in.
Right.
He'll have opportunities to start next year. The only way I see he coming back, like I said, to San Francisco is if Jimmy isn't ready and probably will miss most of the season. You give him some money and then he'll stay.
Right.
But if Trey is ready to take the field next year,
This is essentially Jimmy's last ride in San Fran, and it's not been a bad ride. Super Bowl, NFC Championship. The issues only when he can't win them games, then you hear all type of issues with Jimmy, which is a bad. That's not a case. That's just bad. But
So again, what if Jimmy win the Super Bowl this year? This is kind of like a setback for 49ers because now Trey was supposed to get that experience this year, and he was gonna learn under the fire, right? He was gonna learn under the gun because he was starting, and this was gonna be his try by fire. And Trey ain't gonna lie to you, he was really cooking in his first
mhm,
tries. I mean, he was tearing it up. The run game was on. His passing game was precise. He was hitting passes. He was doing everything. He was reading the pocket. He didn't take no sacks, no pressures like that. He was doing what he had to do. He will run his play. I still think that he don't have. They need to coach him in avoiding those hits. Use a quarterback. You can't take them kind of hits. And again, it was not a big hit. It was just an awkward fall and how he legs was up on the rim and stuff. It happens, right? You know, your leg get caught. It happened to both
yeah,
players. And it wasn't a bad hit. And it definitely was not a bad call by the coach because it was a 6 yard gain, 7 yard gain. It put you in position. And that's what you bring Trey in for. Trey ain't no little dude. He's a big dude and he's young. It's just an unfortunate accident. My thing is the finals already had this shadow over them with old Trey Lance. You got a Super Bowl type quarterback on bench and blah 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 blah. This and I had to deal with this all week one. Now you got Trey Lance in the game. He had to show up this game, and he was on his way to show up. He was on his way to show up, and boom, he get injured. So now here comes Jimmy. And Jimmy come in treated at before halftime was over. Jimmy had 132.8 quarterback rate.
yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's what.
Remember, remember, we talk about Jimmy don't have a playbook, and so Jimmy doesn't run the same playbook as Trey Lance runs.
He does it
The plays are completely different for Jimmy.
right,
So he don't need that playbook.
and they
That's not
showed
what
it.
he
And
runs.
they showed it because they showed where Trey Lance had there was I think 11 pass plays and it was 30 something 38 run plays when Trey Lance was in the game. When Jimmy come in, I think you had 15 run plays and you had 28 pass plays.
Hmm.
So you see the difference, right? Jimmy ain't gonna run the ball. The design runs ain't there for Jimmy, but his passing, everybody know Jimmy could pass the ball. Short, middle distance, he can kill you, he can you up all day long. It is what it is. It's a win. You know, I'm a fan enough fan. It's a win. I don't try to hold personals because I already know how it'll be with contracts and everything like that. I feel bad for Trado because I think that Jimmy's gonna ball this year because we don't have a tough schedule. Our toughest schedules in the AFC West. In the way how the AFC West teams looking in, living up to the expectations that everybody had the hype going into the season. The Chiefs looking
Hmm.
the Chargers to me just I lose my respect for the Chargers every week because of the coach. The Broncos, I don't know what's going on over there. I really don't know what you. I don't know what's going on over there. You lose to the Seahawks, then you barely beat the Texans. Russell Wilson, are they putting up minuscule stats? Where's the run game? Where's the Denver run game? You know what I'm saying? It's non-existent. And then you got the AFC South. We got to deal with the Falcons, the Saints, Brady, and IU. And you already hinted at the Panthers already. The Buccaneers didn't look like themselves today, but that's what they look all the time against the Saints. They might look like Brady against us, and I just don't respect the other two teams in the fucking South. I just don't respect them. So it's like Jimmy could basically walk into the end zone right now. We have we have Denver next week. Okay, that's a 50-50 game because Russell knows how he is, but he don't know, and that's the problem I got because I think if we had went in that game next week against Denver with Trey Lance, give us more options. Everybody know Jimmy. Everybody know my game plan for Jimmy is cover the middle and rush him
Hmm.
and pressure him. Okay, he can't run and he love to throw in the middle of the field.
You just gotta push the pocket up the middle,
Right.
cause then he can't roll out. He don't roll out. Cause he ain't mobile.
But he's a pocket plaster, and that's why he love McCown. Them man like do that little, You know that
And that's why I
that
say
is shoulder, shoulder shit.
If Tom does retire, Tampa Bay got far back option to give Jimmy
But he old that shit. He ain't
the
that young.
thing.
Cody.
That's the Tampa Bay playing a 4 to 5 year old.
Yeah, but that's Brady.
Jimmy, a lot of persons consider him to be just like Tingby. So I don't think, yeah, you give here a 3 4 year deal, they could still work something there because they don't need him to run. Really don't run.
Yeah.
They don't need him to run. So I still think that it'll work better for him there because Tampa wouldn't have that much option. The only thing Tampa would probably have, but they'll go for Baker in they'll go for Baker in what he name? They'll go for Baker or Sam Donald. I doubt it. So they want somebody that's gonna help them to
You
win.
gonna draft one of your boys.
They gotta go all the way up to get one of those. Because look, Stroud, Bryce Young, and probably Will Levis are the three.
Well, you gotta look at who needs a who need a quarterback next year.
Trust me, in the top 5 or 6, you're gonna have three people going with three quarterbacks.
Who?
So you got the Panthers. That's
Yeah,
the one for sure.
that's one.
Don't think for a second that the Lions sticking with Jared Goff. If Washington suck, they're going with a quarterback too, because Wentz ain't the answer. That's another one there. Houston ain't sold on Davis Mills, even though we like him. That's
But Davis,
another one there.
Davis Mills ain't doing a damn thing wrong in Houston. Not a thing.
But he's not gonna take over a game either.
Uh-huh.
That's another one there. Daniel Jones ain't the answer in New York either. That's another one there.
True.
So you got people in it right
But
now.
if
Like I say,
Daniel Jones ball out.
the problem is they're 2-0, but not because of he. It's not because of him. We know that right now in today's game, you need that guy at quarterback to make things work. You need that guy. The lowest of that guy right now to me is Stafford because he older, but Stafford is still that guy. There's a reason they won the Super Bowl, and we can look and say about all kinds of stuff, but Stafford was still that guy. When you look at all the quarterbacks that are that good that make the play, look, you got Russell, you got Justin Herbert, you got Derek Carr, you got Mahomes, you got Josh Allen, you got Burrow, and Rodgers. Those are that guy. There's a number of teams that don't know if they have that guy, and you can have 3 or 4 quarterbacks coming out this year that couldn't be that guy. For instance, today we saw something that we thought we would never see from Tua. Tua threw for 469 yards
Six.
and 6 touchdowns. The difference is that you put people around Tua that can help Tua. He's shot. He doesn't have the most powerful arms. Put it in the playmaker's hands and let it walk. Is Tua that guy? No, but they have that guy. They have those guys at wide receiver. That's the difference. Look, we all thought that the Chiefs would take a huge dip without Tyreek Hill.
Right.
The Chiefs 2-0 because they have that guy at quarterback. That guy. So there's a lot of teams right now that don't have that guy, and I guarantee next year it going into that off season. We all know the talk gonna be about them quarterbacks. We know for a fact CJ Stroud is that guy. Parsons got their issues with Bryce Young because of his posture, how small he is. But don't for a minute think that Bryce ain't that guy. They said Will Levis got the strongest arm I could think, and he's just that he's a little reckless because he relies on his arm strength so much that he can make any throw,
Yeah.
he'll get picked. But if he puts it together, he's that guy. They said Anthony Richardson from Florida, the guy from Florida, he can be he's raw right now, but they said he has higher ceilings than Malik Willis. They said he has the highest ceiling in that draft class, and that draft class got Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. So he's another that guy if he puts it together. And then you got about 3 quarterbacks under those 4 that if you put them in the right system, they're gonna thrive. So we know there's a certain amount of quarterbacks that have that guy. Unfortunately for Carolina, we don't have that guy. I mean, I like Baker, Yeah, I like to see what we're doing, but I think right now he's under so much pressure to perform now, and then he's doing it with motivation, as in he's trying to prove people wrong rather than just playing. When you go on the field, just play and play proper football, play within yourself. I think he's trying to stick it to a lot of people that's writing him off, and I think that's throwing him off too. But also, the whole process is rushed. He hasn't had time to like flourish.
Yeah.
He didn't. Right now the season on you. You gotta get things right. Make it what's your own too. There's more pressure. Remember, nothing is the worst feeling for a head coach is knowing that you're about to get fired. You trying to save your ass on a job. Baker and them don't have to worry, but Matt Rule gotta work. So
But
Matt
he
Rule
said
gotta
you're
do
close, so
something.
he ain't worried. He said you're close.
Yeah, well, he close to leaving the NFL and back to college. That's why he close. So we're gonna have to see what happens, but I won't get into the quarterback talk. Yeah, remember I said we'll go 1-7. Can Carolina prove me wrong? After what I saw today, I think it's 1-7.
You got a tough schedule coming up.
Well, let's see if they prove me wrong. I already said it. You heard me say it. 1-7 in the first 8 games, plus a fired head coach. So, am I going to be wrong or right? Let's see, Carolina. Prove me wrong and let's see what happens.
Well, let it be known, folks, that Shooty, this is the first time I've ever seen Shooty come on this show with no Panthers game on. Even
So,
last year, the battle was last, what was
so
last
you
year.
know how hot I am when I hold my team to high standards. I do not want to live every year in mediocrity. This is the third year someone's rebuild. You can't be going 5-12. You had 5-12 the first 2 years. That's acceptable. Not this year. So our own two start ain't good for any kind of third year jump. Remember, they said this was the jump. This was the year for the jump sheen.
Mm-hmm.
That means we jump off a cliff now. We ain't jumping up. So let's see what happens. All I can say is my confidence meter in that game going into next week is probably at a 3. Unfortunately, I'm not even gonna lie about it. It's probably a 3.
They might surprise you.
Well, I'm hoping that they prove me wrong, Shane, because these first 2 weeks I felt okay. I said, Cleveland, there was too much emotion for Baker. We lost by 1. The problem is, I just asked that we're the first team in NFL history to lose by 2 field goals over 55 yards in the first 2 games. Because KDR kicked the 58-yard field goal and
Yeah.
Gano kick a 56-yard field goal today to beat us. So the only thing is we close in the score. That's what he mean. We close in the score, but we ain't close to executing.
I
Because
should be closer to school night.
exactly, we had look. We stuffed Saquon all day. Daniel Jones went. If I look at Daniel Jones, I think Daniel Jones couldn't do nothing with the Bob Brian Bonds. Those guys gave him hit. It was all check downs. He couldn't get. He had one drive that he executed. Outside of that, we stuck to the game. The defense on the victory. But we how why is it every year we gotta go through um why is it every year we gotta go through offensive problem? See, I would like to blame the line, but I can't blame because I'm seeing it in Cincinnati as well. It takes time for a line to jail. Remember, those person that Cincinnati got, they ain't no punks. Alex Kappa is very good. Lael Collins from Dallas is very good. Jonah Williams, the left tackle, is very good. They have a new center. They're good, but when you don't play with each other enough, it takes time to gel. We have 4 new starters on the line. Ikemo Kwanru, we knew he had his faults at pass blocking. We knew that. He is good. He's a mauler. He's known for mauling. Pass blocking was going to take some time. It is showing. He's setting up. He's planting his feet and setting too fast, and people beating him around the edge. And then when he thinks people going around the edge, they can kick it in. So he's not setting up right now. Grady Christensen, second year. I preferred him to be left tackle in Ikonu in, but
Mhm.
that's them. F-line is the center. I don't know why Bradley Bozeman is starting. We signed Bradley Bozeman from Baltimore. I don't know why F-line starting. I don't know. Austin Corbett he's more run blocking as well, but he's doing good. And Taylor Morton is the only solid one. So putting them all together is taking some time. The communication. I saw some blitzes, like everybody up to the line from the Giants, and then some persons would bail, some persons would blitz.
Yeah.
There's no reason a four man rush that they scheme it well. There's no reason why somebody should be coming free to the quarterback on a four-man rush just because they scheme the blitz up right. That's bad communication. I got linemen stand up there with them hands up in the air like Madden. You can't do that. So my thing is, Jameis is playing very bad. He has some fractures that he's playing with. Alvin Kamara was out this week.
Yep.
Can we take advantage of the Saints? We have to do that offense because it's gonna be a tough task for our offense. We have to take advantage of it on our defensive side because offensive side, that's still a top 10 defense. That is a top 10 defense. That's
Pick six bring the Buccaneers back in that game.
exactly. That's Lattimore, Cam Jordan, Davenport, Demario Davis. They got Tyron Matthew. No, they got players. And right now, how our offense is looking, we mightn't pass 10 points. So,
But keep that energy going to week 5 there, but let me get past you right quick. You bet me? You gonna bet me?
no.
Yeah, I think you bet me.
No. We say I said that. Let's see how the first few weeks go, and it's a good thing I saw how the first few weeks go.
I think you bet me. You bet me. You bet me?
No.
Yeah, man, I think you bet me a 50 buy.
I bet you that Panthers and lose. You had bet on the Panthers.
I getting sick of that. I gonna bet me before this season start. I was nonsense, but wait till the season start.
I would never, not with that. Let me get a competent head coach first, and I'll bet you before the season start. Matt Rule out here shuffling people like musical chairs.
Well, all I can say is that our final score was 27-7, right? Our defense shut out the Seattle Seahawks. Blank, no offensive touchdowns. The only touchdown that was given was the block field goal for the touchdown. That was it on special teams. That was it. Gino was shut down. I think he had about 2 or 3 interceptions. I think it was 2 interceptions.
But we already said it. That was week 1 was an emotional game.
Yeah, he has something to prove.
Yeah, that was different. He got back down to reality. See, let's just put it let's call it as we call it. Gino's gonna carry them to 3 or 4 wins for the season. Probably one of them wins gonna be against Carolina.
I don't see.
No, they gonna beat Carolina. So remember he done got 1 already. He'll get about 3 or 4.
I don't see how you get 3 or 4. He may get 2 more.
He'll get 3 or 4. He'll get 3 or 4.
That's it.
We'll see.
But our defense lights out, pan. Lights out defense, pan. Hufanga again. Hufanga, pan.
I heard you talking about this Hufanga. Yeah.
That boy is amazing. I ain't gonna lie to you, he's amazing. He all over the field. He's all over the place. He's amazing. I think he becoming. I think he outshining Fred Warner right now.
But remember, it's easy to star on a team that got a lot of stars.
True.
Maybe if he was on another team, would he star like that? We don't know.
Maybe
Just
not.
he's taking advantage of a great situation
It could be that. It could be that. You know, you have a mindset that he's a rookie. He's starting. People will try to take advantage of him, and he's just making plays on the balls that kind of targeting him. But he's a beast. He all over the field. I like to see.
That's good. That's good that you got somebody there.
You know who you remind me of? You remember the partner who used to play for the Colts, the strong safety, the little short fella.
Which one is?
Sanders. How he name? He was the safety. How he name? He was a play for the Colts, man. He was a man safety. He was shot too. He was like 5'9", but he was a beast. He just stout.
I don't know.
I don't remember the name. I remember, but he that play. He that play. You know what I'm saying? he only look like Palomalo, but he the play like the partner Sanders from the Colts. He all over the.
Hmm.
He in the box. He in coverage. He always in the right position. Dog. He'd had a pick, but he tap it up in the air. But when we get a pick off of it, you're crazy. One thing I was disappointed in our game was that we didn't have as much sacks as I thought we should have. They started two offensive tackles that, and we just didn't have the amount of sacks I thought we'd have had.
Well, I think sacks are down on a whole from the teams, but I know a lot of persons are emphasizing getting the ball out your hand faster so that you don't get sacks. So probably we know Gino probably know you got Armstead, Ebukam, and Nick Bosa. You're not gonna keep the ball in your
Right.
hand long anyhow. So and the way to keep persons with the ball in their hand long is to get them on third and long. If they're on third and shots, you get the ball out fast.
Right.
So
But the good thing is that we didn't have the sacks, but we had the picks. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna take that all day. I'll take either one. I'll take the picks over the sacks because the picks give us the ball back. So we go with that. So KG isn't here, but he's up next tomorrow.
he'll be up next, and you'll hear from him on Tuesday about his game. But outside of our games, we had some good games and some bad games. Had some good games and bad games around the league. Coles got blown away, which was pretty embarrassing.
Yep.
Um, the Washington got embarrassed by Detroit, but I wouldn't really say that was. I wouldn't want to say that that's a surprise. I told you guys that Detroit ain't as bad as we feel. They're known for mediocrity, but they're not that bad. We had the game of the century, the Ravens and Dolphins.
That was a good. That was a
That
really
was pretty good. We also had a wild comeback, the Cardinals and Raiders. I know you said that the Cardinals shouldn't have won, but at the end of the day, they got a W.
we had a W.
We had the Broncos and Texans. Broncos pulled it through after some inconsistent play
Quarters
from
of
the
nonsense.
Broncos.
Quarters of nonsense.
Yep. Um, Cowboys beat the Bengals. Bengals are 0-2. Cooper Rush got the job done. Rams beat the Falcons. It turned out to be a lot closer than it should have been. And another wild comeback. The Jets beat the Browns.
That was crazy.
I
I watched
saw
that
something
game.
there that
I watched that
Chubb
game.
Chubb should have, when he got the first down, he should have stopped and just needed to run up, but he went in for the touchdown.
No, he kneel. He did do the right thing. He kneel, and he didn't go in for the touchdown.
No, not that one. Later down.
Oh, he went in for the touchdown. He said, "Kneel."
Later down, the things that
Hey.
they had to get
Hey, in the long run, you give my fantasy points.
yeah,
Right?
but he cast his team at L because I think like he needed to get to the 4 yard line to get a first down,
Yeah.
and he got it, and he could have stopped there like at the 3 yard line and then just take on, and then they would have run out the clock at a zero.
But you up by 2 touchdowns
No. This was later in the game.
after them get an onside kick and all that.
Yeah.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back and look at that. I thought he went straight in. I thought he had kneel.
No, there was one part that he they said that the Jets were out of timeouts, and if he didn't run into the end zone, they would have run out the clock. But he ran in for the touchdown. So I think that made the game to what you call it, to they lost by 1, right? So that made them go up by like 6. That made them go up by 6. So he should have taken in the where is it? Another side. Let me see. I'll tell you which touchdown it was. I remember the Jets scored 17 points in that quarter.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter. It was extra point is good. Yeah, it was when they went up. It was 24-17.
Mm-hmm.
And if he with 2.22 minutes and 2 seconds left, It was 24-17. And all he had to do was, if he had taken the knee, the 2 minute one would have come up, and then there were Alka timeouts. So after the 2 minute one, you could take three knees and then the game done.
Yep.
But he went in the touchdown, and then they went up 17-30. And then that's 13, and then the Jets scored a touchdown, get an answer kick, then score again. So I mean, it wasn't fully his fault. You just look at it then, and then you see that way, and then think. But I mean, when our game balls and trash bags come out on Tuesday, well, you don't need to look far for mine. The trash bag going right at home. So, but I mean, another week of football. We got two more games tomorrow: Eagles and Vikings, and then Bills and
Titans. Yep.
Titans. So we'll watch those tomorrow, and then give our final thoughts on week 2 on Tuesday, and then looking ahead to Thursday's game, which is Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So
we'll see what we're having there. And right now we got a Green Bay and Chicago game going on. It's up 10-7 on the Bears. But we'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and watch the rest of that game here tonight and see how that turn out. See if Aaron Rodgers pull his pants up this week or not.
good game so far. So we'll see.
We'll see. So Tuesday,
We'll see about that too.
you're gonna wear your Panthers again Tuesday.
I might wait. Like inside out. So you might see the little pattern, but they'll be inside out.
Well, I'm a quarterback down, so we need to sign somebody. Okay, we only got
No, you got Jimmy. Yeah, all right.
yeah, but we only got two quarterbacks on the roster.
That's when you had need a gangster named Mullins.
Boy. And that note, we're gonna talk to y'all on Tuesday. He obviously delirious after he lost or something. So peace out.
All right.